Okay guys, I see we have one game ready. It's gonna be Lizard versus Riot 7. I'm gonna add the team names here real quick. Lizard versus Riot 7. I don't know the teams, don't know how good the game is. I guess they need a couple of minutes to be prepared, which I will use to first launch up the chat, because I'm not checking anything that they are typing. Apparently we got booted from the party. Should invite again in a little while. Let's check the lobby meanwhile. Why isn't Chrome showing up? There we go. Should be Lizard versus Riot 7. We're gonna have it next. Waiting for the players to come online. Okay, should be able to get underway. Two minutes, okay. Two minutes until the game starts. Players just getting ready. Be turning things off and on again. Make sure the internet is the best possible quality. Could take a look at the teams real quick while we wait. Lizard, apparently they are Russian. Well, one Ukrainian member in them. Bridy, I don't know how to spell that. Phoenix Reven, and I think the other player is going to be Z Razor Z, according to people on the chat. So that's Lizard side. And the side of Ryan 7th, we have Shadow 9P. We have Ipik, who is not listed here, curiously enough. That's probably illegal, but whatever. And Milads, who is listed here. And I'm sorry to say I'm not sure what country this is. Could this be Iran? I'm not quite sure. I probably suck at flags, probably something else. I'm gonna ask them on the chat. Okay, confirmation that it is Iran. Okay, so apparently we have Russia versus Iran right now. People who just joined the chat, thank you for joining. Let me know if volumes are okay, if there's any issue with the sound and all that jazz. Apparently both teams are ready, so let's jump into the game. Let's take a look at the draft. Here we go, draft phase. We have Lizard on the left and Riot E on the right side. So Team Red. See What lizard are going to ban? Seems the Cruel is the suggestion. That sounds good to me. Cruel is one of the big power picks in 3 versus 3. Deserves his ban. Anka is banned on the red side. Typical 3 versus 3 ban as well. Razor seems to want to go for the Saw. Need to be careful with the Saw. I mean, it's a power pick on 3 versus 3, but you really need to be skilled to play it and make sure you put that pressure early on the lane. Or have a jungler that can help you keep that pressure going. They decided to go for the Lance first, so probably building the support. Not to reveal too much to the red team. The red team going for the Arden as their support captain. Let's see who they pick for the lane or jungle. Shadowpea giving some suggestions. Let's see what Ipic ends up picking. The Tony. We've been seeing a lot of Tonys in this tournament, mostly as trying to secure, have like extra crowd control on the whole team play to help the hyper carry get formed. In this case, it seems that it's going to be hyper carry Scarf. I don't know how well that will work, but Scarf is good counter to Saw, so apparently someone misclicked. Maybe Phoenix Riven fell, or his connection got disconnected. He's the only one who has that item. Come on, Phoenix Raven. Maybe he needs a re-invite. A lot of connectivity issues on this tournament so far, unfortunately. But it's part of the game, being mobile and all. Phoenix Raven will come back shortly. There he is. Same picks, supposedly. Yeah, the Lance coming out.
Swap heroes.
Was it previously a fortress on the side of Team Blue? I'm not sure, but I guess it was. Actually, Fortress and Saw, they don't really have that much synergy, so it's a bit of a strange pick, but I guess they feel confident on their Fortress to put pressure in the jungle, I guess. Hey, I did Cruel. Hey, Leto. Welcome to the stream. Let's see how Lizard fares against Riot 7. Okay, it was Fortress. Okay, thanks. It doesn't really work. I mean, if you have a Saw, you want someone to either protect him or like an assassin that can finish stuff off. I don't know. I don't really see that synergy. How do you think they have synergy at 8 Cruel? Feel free to share your insight. Because Fortress is good for the dive, to really drag the team along, but Saw is so slow that he won't be able to carry on the chase and really reach the the enemy lines or go that deep into the enemy lines. So I would probably choose another hero that contains stuff more or has more crowd control. Something like Baptiste, for example, to keep people close to the team fight whenever they try to engage. Anyways, Saw is putting some pressure on the lane early on, as a Saw should do. Saw should get rid of that turret early on. It's going to be an interesting matchup. Saw versus Scarf up in the lane. The blue team didn't even try to go for the middle tree end. They go now. They might be able to contest it. Who got it? No, the red team got it. That was a strange rotation from the blue team. Just laning phase, nothing particular. Saw takes those Spitfires to the face. The goop slightly missing. Another Spitfire to the face. But the lifesteal from Saw keeps him well fed. All three members of Team Lizard to rotate up, trying to surprise that Scarf there. Let's see if they do a gank. They're very patient. Really waiting. Seems Scarf is gonna recall. They decide to go back down, do their jungle or contest the middle tree end. So Idle Cruel is saying Fortress B applies the bleed, which procs with the next 6 basic attacks, which procs almost instantly with a Saw on your team. Well, the bleed, well, they need to be within range for that proc to work. So I'm not entirely convinced. Fortress A gives speed boost, which helps Saw. Well, it helps him, but if he can't reach the backlines, it's still useless. But I know what you're saying. I mean, it can work. It depends on how you play it. So, yeah. A little bit of a skirmish there, but just chasing Team Red's players away from their own jungle. Team Red has a slight income advantage at this point. Nothing overwhelming. Which is... Well, I was gonna say it was strange, but they did get that middle tree ant early on, so that's probably why. Let's take a look at the lane action. Saw doesn't want to get that many Spitfires in his face anymore. It's a bit tired of those. Nice scoop. Nice dive from Fortress. That impale from Lance didn't hit the Scarf, so he's safe for now. Rotation from Tony, trying to steal some jungle, but he decides to back off. Was way too risky. Just standard laning phase, not putting that much pressure. I would assume if you had a Saw, you would put a lot more pressure in the lane early on. It throws saying that it depends on how Fortress builds. If he does Aftershock and Pulse Weave to give Saw some utility, then it could work well. But I mean, there are other heroes that give more utility to Saw. But yeah, it depends a lot on how people play, obviously. See how this lane fares. I mean, both Saw and Scarf are good turret destroyers. Like, they can do sieges real well. So I think this lane phase will be very important to determine who has advantage early on. Saw seemed to be having some advantage early on, but now he seems to be relegated to his own turret, which is bad for Saw. Here comes Fortress, trying to dive onto that Scarf, but the goop puts him away. Good impale from Lance. Tony shows up, tries to stun him. He focuses on Lance instead of focusing on Saw by some weird reason, and now he does the bada boom, but in the wrong direction. If you would catch Saw behind your line without the protection of that Lance, that would have been much better. Skirmish here, full health Saw. Scarf is a little low, he needs to be careful, but wants to lay those Spitfires onto Saw. Here comes Fortress again, no fear, just dive. And he's ready for the dive. He's a shark. Shark Fortress. Impale, missing. Scarp pops the flask anyways, just to regenerate a little bit. Where's the Tony? He's still doing his jungle. He's gonna rotate up afterwards. Scarf focusing on those minions. Trying to not waste some CC. Another Spitfire to the face of Saw. Lance should be doing a better job of body blocking those Spitfires. He seems to be leaving Saw pretty much on his own, which it now forces Saw to recall. A taunt there, missing completely. Lance is gonna hang back, try to protect this turret a little bit. He's already halfway into health, this turret. Nice impale there, not enough to defend the turret. Fortress is going very low, is in fact dead, because Lance doesn't have a fountain yet, so there's no way for him to save him. And suddenly it seems that Riot 7 are taking the lead on this game. They have this turret, they have a nice lead of 1.5k gold. This Saw should be putting way more pressure on this lane. If the Saw isn't putting pressure in the turret, he's not gonna do well in the late game. You want the snowball effect with the Saw. But Scarf is a good counter to Saw, so he's been playing well. Some Spitfires. Lance has been sent home. He's forced to recall, pop the flask. Here comes the ultimate from Scarf. Burning everyone. Toasty, toasty. Nice ultimate from Arden, trying to catch that Lance. Fortunately for Lance, he managed to roll away before Scarf hit him with another Spitball of fire. Fortress either misclicked or just wanted to help clean lane there. Is risking dying though. Very low. The burning is not gonna finish him off though. But this Spitballs from Scarf, they're really doing a lot of damage. All members of Team Lizard are forced to run away home. They either need to get some Aegis going or better protection from that Lance. Lance himself is having problems with Spitballs. He takes 2 to the face and he's already in a bad shape. So nice itemization from the side of Apic, making sure those fireballs keep the enemies at bay. We already have the item shop up. The gold miner is full. One of the teams will be able to contest it next time they win a proper team fight. Or the first time they win a proper team fight. We didn't have a proper team fight yet. So he's a bit scared of getting stacks against the Arden there. He knows he will be a sitting duck for Scarf. So he's forced to hang back and farm his way slowly. Uses his B to get stacks back up. That Coop doing ton of damage. And both laners are forced to recall or to go back. While Tony is dishing it out with a Fortress that seems a little disconnected there. Don't know if that was a disconnect or what it was. Bada boom, bada beam. Throws him away. Plushy toys everywhere. Little sharks biting at your ankles. Will Fortress get away? It seems like he will. Oh, and a very dead Scarf trying to finish off that Saw, and he managed to stay alive and finish off Scarf. So, need to respect the damage from the Saw. Scarf has been playing so well so far. It was really unfortunate that he got surprised. He was dead in like 3 shots. Double Impale now from Beard. A nice play to delay that lane push a little bit. 2-1, a very competitive game so far. I was thinking that Scarf was having the advantage on that lane, but suddenly Saw managed to connect those shots. And he doesn't even have a burst damage orientated build. He has Serpent's Mask. He has Sustain. See if there is a little fight down here in the jungle. No, People, they're just happy shopping. They don't want any trouble. Scarf has to run away from this fortress. But he makes Fortress pay for him for his advances. A couple Spitfires. And a Goop trying to finish him off. Very low. The fire doesn't quite finish him off though. No help from Lance though. Like, could have popped a fountain there. Trying to impale Scarf, but failing. Saw is too much outside the team fight. Now he tries to reach it, but he gets landed with both a fireball and the A from Tony. Bada boom, bada beam into the Arden Gauntlet. A nice ultimate there. And Fortress is left alone to defend this tower. He's risking sudden death though, with the Scarf doing so much damage. And right on top of the Goop, he is forced to pop his reflex block just to stay alive. The tower is gone, however, and now Team Red is on the retreat. Tony wants to finish this fortress off, and he does manage to finish him off. He will pay for his life for that, though. Will he not? It's a little stun there from Lance, and the A from Saw finishing him off. Will also pick up this Arden. Nothing that Team Red can do to contest the damage coming from this Saw. Arden picking up the Crucible there. Might be nice to avoid those impales from Lance. Little Goop, well positioned, right on top of Saw. He's a bit weary to get rooted though, so Scarf will let this turret go. The game feels a bit more even now. Let's rotate down to the jungle. See what our shark costume wolf is doing. I love this skin. It's so funny. It's the Christmas fortress was already cute, but this one is just ridiculous. See if there's any skirmish here between captains. No, they just want to lay down some vision. Saw putting down the pressure on the top lane. Arden is there, but not much he can do. He will just give stacks to Saw if he approaches. Some Spitfire from Saw. Tony manages to dive in, wants to do a little stun onto Saw. He misses though. Saw manages to go away with his A. Now Arden is in bad shape with the fortress going in. Tony is going after Saw. He wants to finish him off. Another Road Runny tries to get away. Impale from Lance saving, and the bada boom not really connecting there. This Saw, no, he dies with the taunt. Tony will pay for his sins though. Nice gauntlet there, but not enough to keep him safe. Fortress wants some payback. I think he might be too low to kill something here. He's focusing on Arden instead of focusing on the Scarf, which is a bit dangerous, but it seems to have worked out. Now this Saw is rooted up against, or stunned up against the wall, uses his ultimate just to get away. That's just a desperation move. Not much they can do. That Scarf was not doing enough damage. He should have been able to help out Arden a lot more. I mean, two Spitfire balls from Scarf should be enough to kill this fortress off. There was no reason why he didn't help out Arden in that particular skirmish there. Yeah, Tony really went to hell in search of that Saw kill. But I mean, that's the job of the jungler. The jungler should be able to kill off the carry. If they do the trade for the carry, it should be a win for their team. In this case, it didn't pay out in the end. They were a bit unlucky. Because that gauntlet from Arden was well placed. They could have easily have taken that team fight. Scarf had such a nice item boost early on. I don't know what happened. He seems to have decayed a little bit. Either he's not itemizing properly or he's not been positioning himself very well. A bit of a useless gauntlet there from Arden, just trying to get him in range. Nice scoop, hitting both members, dodging that impale from Lance. Another Spitfire to the face of Saw. Saw seems to have picked up some shielding already. Let's take a look at builds real quick. Yeah, he got himself a Slumbering Husk. to protect against the damage from both of the enemies' carries. So nice defensive itemization from Saw, helping him stay longer in these team fights. Rotation from Fortress, checking out what's happening. They're just waiting for the lane to get pushed. I think everybody is weary of fighting now because of Kraken. They know that the Kraken is up. Should be finishing your builds and getting your weapon infusions or crystal infusions up. Spitfire to the face. I think Scarf has another one for you if you advance too much. Oh, Fortress wanted a Spitfire to his face as well. Gonna try to catch Tony off guard here. No, Tony goes back. No chance of an engage. Both teams just zoning each other out. Trying to force the other one to start off the engage and be in a worse position. I think Team Red would benefit from starting the engage though. They have both Arden and Tony, which could prevent the withdrawal from Saw from the team fight, which would be able to kill Saw off rather quickly. If they focus on Saw instead of Fortress and Lance, they should be able to win the team fight. Let's see if they will do an engage here. All 6 members up. A Goop landing on top of Element. Here comes the ultimate from Scarf, killing everyone. Little Bowlers, bada boom, bada beam, sends Fortress all the way to the other side of the map. But one enemy died, and it was from the red team. Tony went down. Nice route here, leaving Scarf in the range of Saw. A nice stun also from Lance, putting Saw back. But somehow Fortress died. I think he died against the gauntlet from Arden. Ooh, that would have been a nice route if he had connected. That might have been enough for Scarf to finish that Lance off. As it was, it's a 1-for-1. Both teams still weary of going for that Kraken. Lance is doing the recall. Arden is doing the recall. That Scarf should probably also do a recall and get his health back up before the Kraken fight. 7-7, very competitive game so far. Only 1k and a half lead for Team Red, but it doesn't really translate into the team fight. Saw doing some breaking point, that's gonna be a little weird. I mean, okay, I guess he has a sustain build with the Serpent's Mask, so I guess it kinda makes sense. I don't know if he has enough defense for all that, but let's wait and see. Hey, little old lady, welcome to the stream. Both teams just zoning out, waiting for a good team fight opportunity here. Both teams are missing some infusions right now. Fortress getting Spitfire to the face. Saw doing some proc. Tony goes for the dive in. He's going very low. There comes the ultimate from Scarf, trying to kill everyone. Saw very low, but not quite able to clean him up. And I think the advantage goes for the side of Team Blue. They should have been able to finish that Saw off, and they did not. And leaving the Saw alive, while Fortress is living... Oh, nice defensive gauntlet there. Catching Fortress a little bit off guard. Is Arden going to try to go for the steal? He does have some vision there, so he knows what's happening. Will he try to contest it, though? That's the question. Fortress wants to prevent him. A nice impale. But he still has time to contest it if he tries, if he wants to. He's just sitting around, forcing the members to focus on him instead of the Kraken, delaying things a little bit. I think he's gonna go down. He pops the Crucible just to stay alive. Goes to the safety of the Crystal Sentry. It won't be enough to keep him alive, will it? Gets stunned up into the wall. Saw finished up the Kraken. This Crystal Sentry is going down. And Tony might be out of position here. He tries to finish off the Fortress. Doesn't quite manage. Still wants to have a go at this Lance by some reason. You should focus on the Kraken, man. There's nothing for you there. Scarf is trying to get rid of this Kraken, though. And Scarf is very good at helping Kraken. That ultimate into the Kraken. That's a bit overkill, but okay. Spitfire and Goop, that's a bit more a sensible approach to getting rid of a Kraken. Saw laying down some ultimate shots. Tony really, he's out of position. He took so many shots just trying to get close to Saw. It's just giving him stacks. Here comes the Fortress minions getting some roots. Nice Crucible preventing Lance from going down. You shouldn't overextend Arden. This is a nice opportunity to go back because the Kraken is dead. No need to force a team fight right now. A very close back and forth. I think Tony was the only element from Team Red that was a bit out of position there. That could have made things a lot worse for his team. He needs to be careful on his positioning. I mean, his point is trying to focus down Saw, but he clearly, in my opinion, he should be waiting for the Arden Gauntlet to come down. And only then going after Saw, because otherwise Saw is going to use his Roadrunner to get away. The tier levels, I think one of the tier levels of this team is around tier 5, so they're not very competitive. Or maybe they might just be playing a lot of 5 versus 5 lately, not really focusing on 3 versus 3. I'm not sure on the other team fight. Ooh, nice gauntlet there, but missing for a circle, and now Scarf is in deep trouble. Tony finally reaching for the outside. He's trying to get onto that fortress. Will be able to finish him off. No, Scarf misses those Spitfire fireballs. Saw doing ton of damage. No one seems to be hitting that Saw. And Scarf is in a bad position again. Arden saves the Tony and leaves Scarf for dead. And now Arden is gonna pay for the sins. Tony is out of position. He doesn't have the Bada Boom to get away. This is probably gonna be game. Gets rooted up. Gets finished. It's an ace. Let's see if the Team Lizard will try to finish the game or focus on Kraken. I think the Kraken should be spawning sometime soon, if not up already. They seem to want to go for the game. They have 20 seconds left, but I mean, Saw is a good enough damage dealing that he could take down these turrets. Can he? Or can't he? They're doing too little damage. They need to back off. They might do one turret at most. That's the problem with the sustain build. You don't have those breakpoint stacks, and Serpent's Mask is okay, but it doesn't do that much damage. I think it does have a Sorrow Blade as well, though, so it was strange how little damage Saw was doing to that turret. If they had a minion wave on their side, the story would have been completely different, and this game would probably have been over. Saw now betting on the chainsaw thing. I think that might have been a bad buy. Let's take a look at itemization real quick. I would have gone for more defense if I was him, in my honest opinion. Tony has a good defense itemization against the Saw, but he's too squishy against the Fortress. Let's see if we have a skirmish going on. Some Spitfire. I don't know if I should say Spitballs or Fireballs, so I keep saying both at the same time, which doesn't quite work. Another engage. Tony getting caught out of place. Arden can't really help him much. Tony is just on the run. You can't do damage if you're on the run. The Scarf trying to do some damage to compensate. Arden saves Tony by a millisimal. Is Fortress going down? No, he pops up his flask. Saw is in the thick of things. Lance goes down. Saw is in trouble. He goes down. So a nice comeback for Team Red. They're going to chase down this Fortress, which doesn't seem that worried. I would be more worried if I was him. You're up against a Tony, which can really control you down, like this Root right here. And you're gonna give an ace to the opponent team. And now it's a free Kraken for the red team. A bit of a misplay from Fortress there, thinking they would be able to easily get away from that Tony. I think he actually wanted to kill Tony and just failed. Maybe Scarf is a little disconnected here, which is a shame. He could be helping pushing either the Kraken or the lane. And now he's just a sitting dragon. I wanted to say a sitting duck, but he's clearly a dragon, not a duck. Yeah, he looks AFK. Hope he comes back before this Kraken push is over. Let's take a look at how Saw and Lance will defend. They missed the root there. Bada boom, bada beam. A bit precocious in my opinion, but okay. The tower went down. They need to back off before they get their asses handed to them. Arden in a very bad spot. Can he use the Vanguard to get away? No, he can't. Scarf is finally back up. A little bit too late, though. They could be able... They're trying to go for Saw. They don't quite have the damage to kill him off. And now they're focusing on Lance, which is not very smart. Ultimate from Scarf. Is it enough to kill this Saw off? No, it's not. Will Tony be able to finish him off? Or just give him another kill? Tony decides to run away. Avoids the Impale. He might be able to get away. Might even kill Fortress here. Do you have the Bada Boom? No, you don't. So all you can do is run away. Avoids the Impale again. A bit lucky there. Come on, either try to kill Fortress or get the hell away. He's gonna try to kill Fortress and fails. Gives an ace to the opponent team. Are they going to do a base rush? 1 second on Arden, so at least Arden is there to annoy a little bit. I don't think they will be able to finish the game here. They should be able to put down some pressure, though. This is European region, Reluctant. Welcome to the stream. They are trying to finish up the game. Arden laying down a gauntlet, but not reaching anyone. Now the Crystal Vein is exposed. Scarf pops up. Will he be able to kill Saw off? Ultimate, trying to kill everyone. Arden almost dead. Do we have a dead Lance? Do we have a dead Saw? Do we have anything dead? Anything at all? Nope, we have a dead Vein Crystal. That's what we have. Nice game, very close, very competitive. In the end, Team Lizard won, but it could easily have gone on the side of Riot 7. So congratulations to Team Lizard for this first win. We still have one more match to go. Stefano11, you're asking how you can enter. You can't enter this tournament anymore, unfortunately. It's already underway. You can stay tuned to onlinechampion.com. There might be other tournaments happening soon. Let's give a moment for the teams to swap sides and do another match. Yeah, if Scarf hadn't AFK, they probably would have taken the game. They would have had a better positioning on that team fight. That was a bit of a shame. I know it's part of the game, and players are responsible for their own connections, so it is what it is. Team Lizard 1 and Riot 7 0. This is a best of 3, so the next game, if it goes on the side of Team Lizard again, they will win this series and go on the tournament. And the loser will be relegated to the losers bracket, where they still might have one other chance to still make it to the final. They don't seem that interested in swapping sides, though. Players are asking for a moment to do stuff. Either go to the bathroom, drink some water, reset their routers, connect to the data plan, swap sides on the match. That would have been smart. I don't have any water myself, so that's a good idea. Shadow 9P is coming, apparently. Yeah, I'm gonna take this opportunity to get some water as well while they do the stuff and swap sides. Be right back. Okay, I am back. Doesn't seem like the teams are ready yet. And I don't understand why they're not swapping. Now iPick is left. Okay, 5 minutes. I mean, before you re-invite them, you could swap sides. But well, whatever. It's just taking longer. It's fine. I have opportunity to drink some water and rest my voice. Wait for game 2. I have to re-invite all over again, apparently. Come on. Here we go. Invite. Okay, Caster is on the wrong place. Other than that, I think Brittle doesn't understand English. That might be the issue here. And I think the sides are wrong. If they played the game like this... Okay, now he figured it out. Okay. Now we should be ready to start the game. Go, go, go! Yes, everyone's ready. Let's go, game 2, Lizard versus Riot 7. Let's see the bans. Cruel ban, what a surprise. And now let me think, Anka ban? Or maybe they have a secret composition to get rid of the Anka. No, they banned Rona. That's a weird ban. Why would you ban Rona? It's a free Anka. If they do the composition around Anka and make sure that Team Red does not have a very tanky composition, which they seem to be working on. So they might have a special composition ready to deal with an Anka team. Starting off with Catherine. Well, Saw could work. I mean, if Anka dives into Saw, Saw has her within range. Unless she uses the ultimate immediately after. Team Riot 7 is going to round up the game with Yates and Gwen. I think their carries are a bit too squishy. You would need a more tanky laner, in my opinion. But it could also work.
Swap hero.
Little old lady, I don't know if there is any game going immediately after this. I could stream it. Otherwise, no. I would have to check the chat. I don't know. If you know of any game, or if you want me to host you afterwards, let me know. Very similar composition to a previous game with a Fortress and the Saw. The only difference now is that they have the Catherine instead of the Lance. Oh, you want me to help you, like, casting? See how they do the early developments. Yeah, I could help you later on. Depends on the schedule though. But yeah, we can talk about that. Should be available. So Catherine checking out the middle zone. Both captains zoning this out. Saw is going to the lane, doing the Saw job. I mean, that's what Saw is supposed to do. Put pressure on the lane early on, as soon as possible. Here comes Anka. I don't know why Saw isn't hitting her. He even uses his B for I don't know what reasons, since he was already within range. Okay, he's forced to back off. I would have stayed there and put some more pressure. Had a few hits on Gwen, had a few hits on Anka, and probably get a kill out of it if Catherine would be able to pull off a well-timed stun. But they're deciding to play it carefully. I mean, it worked for them on previous games, so I guess they're trying to repeat the formula from last game. Yates trying to catch Beard out of position there. Missed. Beard should be stacking those stuns though. I don't know how I managed to switch the focus into Anka, because I didn't click anything. Let's go back to the lane. Yates with a good pull there. Catherine is forced to use her array to get away, not stunning anything. She's not doing that many stuns onto enemies, which she only has 2 so far. And 1 per minute is not that many on the early game with a Catherine, in my opinion at least. Saw doing that B, he's a bit afraid of the stun from Yates, he decides to back off. Yates has both the stun and the pull, so it's a bit dangerous for a Saw, especially if he's low on stacks. Could end up a sitting duck with no stacks in the middle of the enemy area. So There's a skirmish down here. We have Catherine starting off this middle tree end. Fortress is helping get rid of it. But Anka wants to contest it. Let's see if she will be able to reach in time. Gets stunned up. Doesn't manage to get it. Fortress ends up keeping it. So a better start for Team Red so far. Actually, in terms of goal, they're pretty much similar. But it seems that Team Red is putting a little more pressure on. There we go. We jumped to Anka again. How the hell did we jump to Anka? That's curious. It's the second time it happens. Is it a bug with Anka? Like if I have the mouse over the minimap, it automatically jumps to Anka when she's farming the back jungle camps? That's a new one. Oh, nice B there from Saw, catching Gwen a little off guard. I don't know if Yates has a disconnect problem there. It doesn't seem to be very engaged on this skirmish here. Anka shows up, just distributing some knives. Gwen losing a little bit of farm there. Is forced to pop up the flask. Saw getting dangerously low. Catherine getting dangerously low. Anka dives in, trying to finish off Saw. Not quite managed to get it. Gwen even uses her B to rush into it. Not quite manages to land it. Here comes the Fortress. 1 versus 3. Pops up his ultimate. Gets some knives in the face and decides to back off. Some little love bites on Anka there. Will she respond in kind? Gwen is also pretty low. And Fortress manages to kill her off. Anka is also dangerously low, getting a bit into the range of Saw. You don't really want to do that. You want to get away. Nice opportunity from Fortress. A good pull from Yates. Trying to couple it up with a stun. If that stun would have been within the turret reach, that would have been awesome. But it was not. Gwen risking a little bit, going too far, trying to kill off Saw, getting dangerously low. She needs to be careful of the stuns of Catherine, because if she's stunned within the range of Saw, she's a dead Gwen. That's what she is. Oh, that's a great positioning for the water barrage. Saw really putting down some pressure here. I think he could even be doing more. Like, he should be underneath the turret, on the threshold of the turret, and punishing whoever steps up slightly ahead. But I think he's a bit afraid of the Anka dive. And now they decide to do the stun against no one. That was a bit of a miscall. Anka played well. Yates was the one who fucked up. They somehow get the kill on Saw. How the hell did they get the kill? And now Gwen overextends. Anka is forced to go in to try and save her. Catherine is dangerously low. Gwen might be able to finish her off, but she's so slow that Fortress is the one to pick her up. This was a ridiculous exchange. This made no sense whatsoever. Can you guys start playing seriously, please? Fortress and Catherine going back to their jungle. Getting some healing back. Catherine gets the fountain. That's gonna help their Saw stay alive even longer. But I think this Anka is probably online by now. Let me take a look at builds real quick. Yeah, the Anka going for a Shatterglass, not an Aftershock, which is curious. Usually you see... But both work on Anka. I personally prefer the Aftershock. You can even build both of them. So... sort of works. Saw is a bit afraid of advancing too much. Gwen also already has her ultimate on, so that's another way to stun that Saw. Fortress getting caught a little bit out of position. Saw ends up with the stun. Could be a kill for here. Nice pull from Yates, and Anka securing the kill there on Saw. I don't know what Catherine is chasing. She should be taking care of her turret. Turret should be going down soon. Ultimate unleashed there, but not enough to keep the turret safe. Will they dare try the gold miner? I don't think they should. I think that would be too risky. Back to farming as usual. Team Blue only has 2k difference. Nice stun. Follow up by Gwen. Will it be enough? Saw just runs. He doesn't even dare. I think he could have enough damage to kill Gwen faster than he would die. We jumped to Anka again. Like, I wasn't clicking on her. What the hell is happening? Like, the camera likes Anka so much that it just jumps to her whenever she's doing the back camps. And now it was me that where is she going? She was running away from Fortress, going all the way into the range of Saw, and now she's just dead. Oh my god, they had the team fight in the hand, and they just threw. I mean, she had full health. Why was she running away from Fortress? Maybe she was running away from Yates, afraid of getting that pull or that stun. Now it's Gwendis first to run away, trying to put some damage down on Saw to chase him out, and I think she's succeeding. Here comes Yates out of nowhere, trying to stun Saw, but fails. Saw is dangerously low, but there's no one there to follow up, and Yates is overextending like hell, leaving Fortress doing a 1 versus 2 behind. Now Gwen catches an overextended Saw, a pull missing there from Yates, but Anka manages to finish up the job. Now they might be able to take either these back camps or the turret or both. They could even go for the gold miner if they're fast enough. This Anka being online does so much damage now. It's just ridiculous. They might be too slow to do the gold miner now. It's probably too risky. So they're gonna settle for the back camps while this Fortress is zoning them out. Beware of the shark. Shark-infested waters here around the gold miner. Let's go back to the lane. Nice speed, doing some damage onto the Gwen. Here comes Anka to her death. Saul wants to punish someone, but he's targeting the wrong target. He's focusing Yates. He should be focusing Gwen. Yates just manages to run away. The stun prevents Fortress from diving into him, and Gwen could finish both of these guys off if she wanted to. But she's going dangerously low. She might even die. And yeah, that's an ace for a Team Lizard. Out of nowhere. Just that Anka suicide. Anka clearly needs some defense. She changes up into a minion, misses Saw, but her B is enough to kill. She's just cleaning house now. 2 kills. Let's get a 3rd kill. Come on, you can do it. Come on. That's it. It didn't count as a 3rd kill though, but it's still an ace. They should be able to take this gold miner and increase their gold lead after their disastrous team fight that proceeded. Yates was getting a little bit stuck into the wall there. Nothing overwhelming. Gwen is so slow. She needs more boots.
Immense gold payout collected.
Can't just rely on your B for boots. You need proper boots. I think what happens is when Anka uses her ability, the camera jumps into her ability. By some reason. See, it happened again. Like, I'm not focusing anything. And when Anka uses the ability, the camera jumps there. Let's see. You see, it happened again. What the fuck? I just discovered a bug on the desktop application. This is awesome. Okay, I need to report this to SCMC. That's actually quite cool because, I mean, Anka's B is like quite acrobatic. It just sucks if you're like trying to focus what's happening on the other side of the map. Here comes another engage. Yates manages to stun only one. It gets dangerously low immediately. It should be the tanky element. Saw took some damage, but not enough to kill him. What's up with Yates' build? And Anka needs to run for her life. She's overextending. Oh, she was so lucky there. If she got knifed there, she would probably have died. Let me take a quick look at Anka's build and Yates' build. What are you building, Yates? Well, he has the Atlas Pauldron. I mean, what more could he build in terms of defense? More defense items, like pure health? He got low so fast. That was ridiculous. And Catherine also has Aftershock, so she's also doing some damage there. That might have been the source. Like, maybe her shield was up and it was just bouncing back. Oh, Anka in a bad position. She manages to get away. Gwen punishing that Fortress. Fortress once more. They could be able to finish Fortress off. No. A little bit of respect. Back and forth. Yates now with a total out of place engage. Well, the idea was good, but Anka wasn't following up. She was trying to farm up. And now suddenly the fountain has been popped on the side of the red team. They have a full build again. Gwen is dead. Anka is left for herself. And she's in a very bad position. Uses her ultimate to get away. Yates is dead once again. Can she finish off the Fortress though? Yes, she can. She could even get this Saw if she played smart. No! Wrong timing. You need to catch her while the shield is down, not up. Don't go for it, Anka. Don't go for it. It's too risky. Don't go for it. No fear, just fight. Nope, she missed. She missed the A. And she missed the knife. She thought Catherine was still there. She just gives a throw. Nice try. Nice try. But that was a fail. Let's see if Gwen manages to catch this Saw up. And now she's just gonna get caught up in a bad position. That was such a bad call from both Anka and Gwen. I think these players are tilting a little bit. And the Kraken has spawned, so this is the wrong timing to tilt. So they're already saying GG. That's rude. It's not GG yet. It's only GG. Oh, they surrendered. Okay, that's the GG from. Wow. I mean, they still had a chance. This was like a tilt. They still had a chance to win the game. That was a throw. That was a little bit of a throw. Oh, they're blaming it on the ping. When in doubt, it's always the ping. Yeah, everyone has ping. It's universal. The only thing you can do is get a place with a better internet connection. Well, if they say they were lagged, they were lagged. That's it. I think that's it from me from now. I don't think there's another game incoming right now. Who's going to stream our match in 1 hour and a half? This was at 5:30, which was 10 minutes ago. So 1 hour and a half. I might be able to do that. I don't know. If it was now, I would do it now. But I don't know. I don't think there's any games because this is not the normal hour for playing the games. Usually it's at 8 p.m. GMT time. So I think we are ending the stream for now. But thank you guys for watching and see you guys later for some more matches. So bye bye everyone. Take care.